friends and collectors. This episode of the Christian Evaluation Station, we're going to be evaluating this. It's model kit time. It's a Gundam Astray red frame. It's an SD version. Before I get to it any further, I'll let new people know that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old. Mostly Lego, but other products as well, such as this. And I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works, such as movies, video games, and animation. Because they are in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side, so make sure you're using the timestamps to either skip around to your favorite parts or to use as bookmarks to come back at a later date. So this is an SD Gundam, and for those who aren't familiar, they're super deformed. See, he's kind of cute little guy. They're basically kind of like pop figures, where you've got, you know, a large head on a small body, and it's kind of cutified a little bit. Only these are also model kits as well, so they're not just Gundams turned into a small figure. They're also a model kit that's been turned into a small figure. And this particular one is from the EX Standard series. Now there are different like sub-series of these, the SD Gundams, and I am fortunately not familiar with all of them. I'm gonna probably have to look more into it. I usually just pick them up because they look good, but I know that there's different ones. There are some that are more fantasy based, like they'll take, like, say, this red Astray and then embellish on it quite a bit. But these are, I don't know if that's what the AX Standard is, but they're more based off from actual figures, and they also tend to not have the big eyes with the pupils like some of the other ones do, which we'll see. I have quite a few of these, although I will be mixing up with Gundams and other models I do have. But we'll be looking at a lot of these. They're, you know, not super amazing, but they are fun to build, and they're kind of cute and fun to collect. So yeah, let's look at that. Now, all these boxes blank on the back. That's the way Gundams and actually most models work. There is a plastic strap on here. If you'll see these either plastic strap, shrink wrapped, something like that here in the US. Now, if you get them straight from Japan, you might not have that, because they don't have that type of, they don't have to be sealed over there. That is really only for the US markets, based off certain laws and rules that we have here in the US. You know, if it's sealed, then you know it's not been opened up and taken out, stolen, or something like that happens. So yeah, this one was definitely gotten here with plastic wrapped around it. I don't remember where I got it. These are on the cheaper side too. That's one reason why I have a lot of them. They're cheaper than the regular models. Although you can get more expensive ones with that's got extra pieces, or even like I've seen one where there's like a horse mount that comes with it, so it's got a lot of extra stuff in it, and they cost a little bit more, but they aren't going to get too expensive. And just want to look at that. There's the bottom. You just got a close-up of the head there, and the sides here. There we go. Some different action poses. I'm not sure what's going on here. They look like they gave him his weapon, except that sword actually looks bigger than this. But this is a regular Gundam, the Granddaddy, actually. And the other side's got a little bit more information and another couple pics there. The top has the same as the bottom, except they put a sticker over it. So, anyways, yeah, let's go to the light box, open it up, and see what's inside the box. So we got the box here. I've already removed the plastic strap holding it together, so let's pop it open, see what we have inside. We have several bags of runners. I'm going to break them open so we can see how many exactly. But there's one bag there, another bag here with stickers in it as well. And that is it, except for the instruction booklet here. Cute little guy on there. He's 007, James Bond. Now he's probably 7th in the line of these guys. Not sure about that. I've got to look up and get more detailed information. Oh, he's got quite a few weapons and stuff going on, but just so you can see what the instructions look like. That shows all the runners there. Now you see it's in Japanese and stuff, but you don't need to know Japanese to put it together, because if you look here, each one of these has a number, and that number correlates with the piece, so you can see what pieces go where, just by using those number systems, and some other things too, because the runners also have numbers. That's how you can find which part they are, for those who are unfamiliar with this stuff. But oh, there we go. You can see a lot of stuff. Oh, I don't know what is going on here. I guess he can use this guy's weapons. They look different in the different proportioned robot, but that's kind of cool. Alright, give me a second. We'll open up these runners and take a closer look at them and the stickers. So we've got everything open up here. We have a total of 4 runners. Not really really doesn't look like there's a lot of pieces here overall. We got one runner here in white, and I'm just gonna toss them back in the box. A runner here in black, small red runner here with a lot of connector parts, different assortments, and another red runner here with a few other pieces. Now, I'm going to look at the sticker sheet here. There's quite a few here. Oof. There. Let's see it maybe a little bit better there. There's quite a few stickers there. We're going to be probably not using all of them. Wow, there's even, oh my gosh. There's even one that's, I think, supposed to be on the sword. We're not going to be putting all these stickers on. The ones I'll probably be putting on is probably the eye ones. The rest of the stuff could be painted, especially, oh, the sword. I mean, that'll make the sword nice and shiny, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll try maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of other stickers on here. Doesn't look like this one's got very good color separation, I'll say that. But yeah, that's what's inside the box. We'll go put it together now. Get our little guy put together here, our Astray red frame. Now he's not too bad looking, but he definitely is lacking in the color department. And the thing is, if you look at him, he's got a lot of really great detail molded into him, which is why painting him will make him look really good. But the colors are way off, so, and putting stickers over it, stickers do not look as great. As you can see, I put, well, maybe you can't tell, but I put the stickers on for the eyes, which I think those are really kind of necessary, especially that glossy green works really well for reflecting. And for the, what they call cameras here. These are cameras that the mech uses to display to the pilot. There's ones there, and there's one more here on the back. Those are the only stickers I put on. They actually have stickers for just about everything here, including the sword blade, which that I'm sure is not going to look good unless you're really expert at putting on those stickers, and even then I don't think it's going to look good. And there's a lot of other color correcting stickers because there's supposed to be red down in here and in a lot of spaces, and even the head here, there's some like black lines and stuff that are supposed to be on it. This will look much better with panel lining and also just painting the wrong colors, basically. Especially this shield. The shield is not supposed to be all solid one blue color. There's supposed to be red here, 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 giving it much more character than just one solid dark blue. I mean, it looks great other than that. The detail molded into here, like I said, is amazing. But yeah, it's lacking in that. Now, one thing that is common, at least with from what I hear from this series of them, is this problem right here. You see the back of the legs are hollow. They basically made it cheaper by not bothering enclosing it. Now this could be fixed with a bit of some putty and stuff. I have not done that type of stuff myself. And there's hollowness underneath it, but I don't think that matters too much. You're not going to see that too much, but I had it here spinning around, and you're definitely going to see those back of those legs looking pretty rough there. Another issue here is this sheath. Sword fits nicely in it, and they show it being used for a couple things, but the problem is this is how it's supposed to be attached. It's got one peg there. It also has a peg down here as well, but the peg here is supposed to go into this side skirt here. As you can see, it's very loose, and it comes off a little too easy. Like, it'll literally fall off with just a very little movement. Now, you can fix this putting a little, like, a glue or nail polish or something around the outside of this to make it a little bit thicker, which will give it a little bit tighter, make that tighter and hold on to it. There's another issue with this, is you notice the way it's attached, the sheath is upside down. The sword blade should not be curved down and pointing this way. It's going to be upside down when he pulls it out of the sheath. It should be this way. And yeah, that's feels like it's a little bit of a mistake. And as far as the peg hole here, I'm not quite sure why, because that looks weird. This is supposed to be like some kind of gun. Yeah, there is a bit of a hollow space in there as well in the sheath, but that may actually be intentional, so it's not too tight for the sword. Now there is possibility you could use this to strap it on somebody's back. He's got a backpack on there, so that won't work. But they show you using this sword with like a 1/44 scale Gundam, and yeah, the sheath might work better for something like that. But as far as opposability, it's got shoulder joints here, work fairly well. He's got limited range, just due to the way it's designed. There's no elbow movement. There is a bit of wrist movement. The head, it's got one single ball joint, so there's a little bit of movement in there. You can have him look around. Can't look too high, but well, he's got some pretty good height there. And look down. You can rotate the shield on the joint there. It's just simply attached into that peg there with a peg hole. Could have it hold it, I think. But yeah, it doesn't fit too well, and I end up yanking off the arm to do so. A shield. Let's go on like that. It does have waist rotation. There is a ball joint in there, so there's a little bit of crunch, but as you see, it tends to just loosen up and pop off. That's what happens. And the legs also are on ball joints, the hips, but also you wiggle them around too much, they come off. It's basically because of the position. The ball joint is straight down, and so it's constricted by the side. which is why it pops off so much. Then there is a little bit of ankle movement as well. Both side to side, front to back. It's another ball joint. RX, the Grandpappy Gundam. This is the entry grade level 1, and you can see this gives you an idea what SD Gundams are like, with the proportions entirely different, including a head that's a lot bigger than the standard or 1/44 scale. Meanwhile, the feet, almost the same size. It's basically what they're supposed to do. Now, we are supposed to be able to use his weapon in other things, which we will try that out right now. Sure enough, fits in the hand. It's a little loose, and actually doesn't look too bad scale-wise. Shield on the other hand is probably not going to work too well. Though, let's see. It does have a peg hole here. Let's pop. He's holding onto the shield too. Yeah. He does not want to let go of that shield. Alright. Switch these out. Okay, so it does fit, but the peg is really long, and compared to how shallow the peg hole is for this, and it's really kind of loose, but it does work. You could reuse the shield. Well, this guy does not have a thing on his hips to put the sheath here. He does have a hole on his back, though. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, yeah, that works, sort of. It sticks up really high, but and there you go. You can put the sheath on the arm. That looks a bit weird. But yeah, there is the two Gundams. Standing next to each other. So let's head back to the desk and give these or not these, just give the SD Astray there a final evaluation. We're back here at the desk to give this little guy a final evaluation, and as much as I like these guys, this one has its problems, and it's sad because it's one of my favorite mechs, Gundams, but I don't know what to say. I didn't design it. Now overall, final eval score outright, I will break it down a little bit, but I gave it 8.5. Now, appearance, it looks okay, and it's got a lot of detail inscribed into it, but it needs a lot of paint to hold it up. If it didn't need quite so many stickers or paint or whatever, I probably would have given it a 10 for appearance, other than the holes on the back, which I showed there in my review, the back of the legs, and as far as posability, it works okay. It's not the greatest. Arms don't quite have full range of movement, and the joints pop out pretty easily if they're pushed a little bit too much. And it's an easy model to put together. No, that's definitely sure. Like I said, this line is very much kind of for beginners, or something to do when you're just relaxing and you don't want to have a big model to put together to make a big mess, or take a long time to put together. These are quick, easy put together ones. Obviously not as good design as the entry grade ones, and don't look quite as good. they have the super deformed design. Now there are different versions and different series of the super deformed ones. There's another one of this guy. I think it's part of the same line though, and he doesn't have the sword. He's got a rifle and a shield, I think. There's not much difference between them. I'm probably going to pick them up just so I can get the rest of the weapons, but it's definitely not on the top of my to-do list. I think it's the same exact model, so you're going to see the same problems with it. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with that. I'll look closely at it, but there are different series of these. This is the EX edition. What do they call it? EX standard. I think there's others. There's the BB ones that they call BB. I'm not sure what the BB stands for, but those tend to be more complicated a little bit than this. But yeah, this is easy to put together, but not the most amazing looking thing. And yeah, as far as design goes, it's designed with a lot of detail molded into it, but it's complexity, design and complexity, and color separation, how the parts correlate to the color it's supposed to be, is really poor. I think they could have done better. I mean, it doesn't have to be master grade quality or perfect grade quality, or even, you know, but a little bit closer maybe to a high grade quality. Even then, maybe not so much. But there could have been done a little bit more, so you had, I mean, it's kind of hard too, because everything is so small to do it. But I think it could have been done. This could have been done to have better color separation, and obviously to get rid of those gaps in the back. That actually is easy to do. They primarily do stuff like that when they want to save money on plastic, and I don't know, these were cheap enough as it is. What is that, a quarter more maybe worth of plastic? I don't know. I'm not sure why they did it that way. Or maybe it has to do is, if they wanted to do something like that, they would have had to make the legs two pieces to get a solid thing. You would have to split it in two. Maybe that's why they did it the way they did it. But it could have been designed differently. So that's my thoughts on this guy. Like I said, I'm not an expert at Gundam models and such. I feel like this guy could have been done a little bit better. He is one of my favorite designs. I don't feel like this version of him really reflects what I like about the design of this Gundam. But I do have a high grade. I think I have a high grade, a master grade, different versions of him in regular standard size Gundams, not super deformed, and maybe I can show my appreciation for this design better than this does. But we're starting off small, so I want to do something easy. This is an SD. The next one I want to do is an actual high grade. I've done an entry grade. I want to do a high grade now, which is the same scale as the entry grade, but more intricate. And sort of. I don't know. These entry grades are really quite amazing. But I don't know if I got the RX in a high grade. I'll have to look. I thought I did, but if I can find the RX in a high grade, that would be great, because then we can compare it with the entry level, which I have sitting over here. That's why I'm looking over there. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this one. It's okay. It's definitely could be better, and there are better SD Gundams. Don't count out SD Gundams just because this one's not the best. Some of them do require a lot of stickers. Probably my biggest issue is the sheath that won't stay on and is also put on incorrectly. I mean, at least they could have put maybe a peg on both sides, so you can switch which side is on. Because if it's supposed to be like this, on this side, there is a peg hole on the other side, so you can put it on the other side. But obviously, if he's holding the sword this way, it doesn't go this way. So there's, and this is how he holds the sword. He's right-handed. Doesn't mean you can't have a left-handed Gundam, but that's a big design flaw here, I feel. But that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, do all that lovely YouTube stuff. I have a Patreon if you want to help support the channel directly. Right now, just a small donation of $1 a month. I'm not gonna. I will put more in. I've got to work on that, anyways. I feel like I've got to work on stuff I can offer to you, for higher level things, which makes sense, I think. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to be signing off here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.